Welcome, everyone, to the very first episode of ESpotlight, where we dive deep into the business side of entertainment media, music, sports, and filmmaking, with a special focus on the African markets. I am your host, Nyakina Jr., and today we are kicking off this series by exploring one of the most dynamic and rapidly growing industry on the continent: sports. Sports in Africa isn't just about the thrill of the game or national pride. It's a significant economic driver that creates jobs, fuels economies, and connects people across borders. In this episode, we will be breaking down how the sports industry in Africa operates as a business, with plenty of examples to give you a clear picture. So, whether you're a sports enthusiast, a budding entrepreneur, or just curious about how things work behind the scenes, stick around because we've got a lot to cover. Our first segment will be looking into the growth of the sports industry in Africa. Over the last few decades, the sports scene here has experienced a significant transformation. While organized sports like football, rugby, and cricket were introduced during the colonial era, they have evolved into cultural staple post-independence, becoming an integral part of national identity. Take football, for example. In Nigeria, the Nigeria Professional Football League, NPFL, has seen a massive increase in viewership and commercial value. This has attracted sponsorship from major brands like MTN and BetNaija. It is not just football that's on the rise. Other sports like athletics, rugby, and basketballs are gaining momentum too. The economic impact is substantial, with sports contributing significantly to the GDP of countries like Nigeria, Senegal, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, South Africa, and even Kenya. This growth hasn't happened in isolation. It's been driven by a combination of factors: economic development, improved infrastructure, and of course, the undeniable talent and passion of African athletes. The second segment is in sports marketing and sponsorship. These are the lifeblood of the sports business. Without them, it will be nearly impossible for leagues, teams, and athletes to thrive. In Africa, brand partnerships have become a major revenue stream for sports organizations. For example, in South Africa, the ABSA Premiership has secured long-term partnerships with big brands like ABSA Bank and Telkom. These sponsorships are crucial. They provide the financial backing needed to run the league, improve facilities, and attract top talent. But it's not just about big corporate deals. Local brands also play a huge role in grassroots sports. In Kenya, Safaricom is a prime example. They've been instrumental in promoting athletics through events like Safaricom Marathon, as well as sponsoring the national rugby sevens team. And not to forget, the Chapa Dimba initiative. These partnerships are essential for nurturing young talent and supporting sports at all levels. Another key aspect of sports marketing in Africa is the rise of digital platforms. Social media has become a game changer, allowing teams and athletes to connect directly with fans, promoting events, and even securing new sponsorship. It's an exciting time as the sports landscape continues to evolve with these new tools at its disposal. The third segment is the role of media in sports. Media and sports have always gone hand in hand, and in Africa, the relationship is no different. Broadcasting rights are a major source of revenue for sports leagues and teams. For instance, in 2019, SuperSport secured exclusive broadcasting rights for the English Premier League in Sub-Saharan Africa. This was a big deal because it not only brought the world's most popular football league to millions of African homes, but also highlighted the importance of media rights in sports. The shift to digital is also reshaping how sports are consumed. Platforms like Showmax, YouTube, and various local streaming services are making it easier for fans to watch games, follow their favorite teams, and stay updated on sports news. Social media platforms are also playing a huge role, with organizations like the Confederation of African Football (CAF) partnering with Facebook to stream matches, making the games accessible to an even broader audience. This democratization of sports media is particularly exciting for the African market. It means that even smaller leagues and less popular sports can find their audiences, opening up new revenue streams and opportunities for growth. The fourth segment is the business of sports talent development. Africa is known for producing world-class athletes who go on to compete on the global stage. But behind every successful athlete is a system of academies, agents, and scouts that help develop and manage these talents. Sports academies across Africa have become hubs of excellence, nurturing young athletes and preparing them for professional careers. A great example is the Right to Dream Academy in Ghana. This academy has produced players who have gone on to play in top European leagues, proving that the right training and support, Africa talent can compete with the best in the world. Agents and scouts also play a crucial role. They manage athletes' careers, help them secure contracts, and navigate the often complex world of professional sports. However, this area is not without its challenges. Limited resources, inadequate facilities, and exploitation concerns are just some of the issues that need to be addressed to ensure that talent development in Africa reaches its full potential. But despite these challenges, the future looks bright. With continued investment in talent development and better regulation of the industry, Africa could very well become a dominant force in the global sports arena. The fifth segment is the challenges and opportunities in the African sports market. As with any industry, the African sports market faces its fair share of challenges. One of the biggest issues is infrastructure. While there has been improvements, many countries still lack the facilities needed to train athletes and host major events. For example, in Kenya, you can see this is a barrier to growth, but it also presents an opportunity for investments. Funding is another major challenge. Securing the financial resources needed to develop sports teams and events is not always easy. While there is growing interest from the private sector, more investment is needed from both governments and international investors to unlock the full potential of African sports market. Talent retention is also a concern. Many young African athletes dream of moving abroad to pursue their careers, which can weaken the local sports scene. However, this also highlights an opportunity for African countries to create more attractive conditions for their athletes, encouraging them to stay and contribute to the growth of sports on the continent. One example of a country that is taking these challenges head-on is Morocco. Even though they didn't win the bid to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup, their investment in sports infrastructure showcased their commitment to developing their sports sector. This kind of forward-thinking approach is what is needed to drive the industry forward. So, while the African sports market has its challenges, it's also full of untapped opportunities that could make it a powerhouse in the global sports industry. And that wraps our first episode of ESpotlight. Today, we've explored the dynamic and growing business of sports in Africa, from the rapid industry growth and crucial role of marketing and sponsorship, to the importance of media, talent development, and the challenges and opportunities ahead. The sports industry in Africa is full of potential, and as we have discussed, it's more than just about the games we love to watch. It's a business that impacts economies, builds careers, and unites communities. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode and learned something new. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas for future episodes, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to us on social media, in Facebook, and Instagram, and YouTube, you can follow us at Nyakina Junior. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. In our next episode, we'll be diving into another fascinating aspect of the entertainment industry. So stay tuned. Thank you for listening to eSports, where we uncover the business behind the scenes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep the conversation going. Adios.